already know it is the 10th day in the month of the 8th day. I beg your pardon. Somebody say you're fast forwarding, UD. Where are you rushing to? I mean, the year's already ended, if you ask me, though. Okay, but it's the 8th day in the month of October of 2025, and yes, a lot of drama going on, from the issues of voluntary resignation to the place of involuntary resignation in the midst of a saga, from the issues where Mr. President has come through in one way or the other, assuring Nigerians that, hey, I'm still connected with you, to the places of the Pengassan Dangote issue that's going on, where the federal government is saying, you know what, we are strongly behind Dangote, all right? And Pengassan, you don't have the right to hold a whole country. I mean, the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Who are you, Pengassan? That Nigeria is bigger than Pengassan and all. Oh, the drama just keeps coming on and coming through. But I believe that all of these is just to unfold the new Nigeria that we are looking out for. I'm glad that each and every one of us are adding our voices now, and we are very woke when it comes to political discourses. Well, this is Eagles Morning Rises Breakfast Show, and it does feel good to welcome you to yet another edition. We like to call this one the Way Back Wednesday edition of the Breakfast Show. Remember, we start your day the right way. I keep using the first person plural, and that's because it's not just me alone, right? It's not just me alone. So I'll just stand in existing protocols right there and say good morning on my part. My name is Uduak Daniel.
My name is Cassandra Udembe. Good morning, and it's good to be here again, as we always do it on the Eagles Morning Rise Show.
That's right.
Let's keep it together as we inform you and, of course, entertain you right here on our breakfast show.
All right, looking into the breakfast show now and bringing you up to speed with what is going on in Nigeria. Let's start off by intimating you on this very important news and information just to kickstart your day.
Right now, starting first off, is the fact that the Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Geoffrey Uche Naji, has resigned. His resignation on Tuesday followed allegations of certificate forgery leveled against him.
Okay.
I think this is a step in the right direction.
Right.
Because I think he shocked me on this one. Honestly, I didn't see it coming. But I think that it's a step in the right direction. And it shouldn't just end at this. There should be clarification as to if he really lied about his certificate or not, even though the school has already said, oh, he was admitted, but he was not a graduate of our institution.
Oh, good
now,
Lord.
remember that he's not going to be the first person to be embroiled in a certificate controversy like this. We've had the likes of Kemi Adoshun. We've had a lot of other people as well. But
sure.
Well, I just want to say I wish him well regardless.
Wish you well regardless, right? The chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, has stepped down from his position, marking the beginning of a transition to a new administration within the electoral body. Now, Yakubu, who was sworn in for a second 5-year term on December 9 of 2020, announced his decision during a meeting with the Commission's resident electoral commissioners, RECs, on Tuesday. Well, he said, you know what, I've just decided to resign, and all of that is what he says. And Mr. President is already buckling up to appoint yet another INEC chairman.
I do not think that anything is just happening. I don't think that anything's there's no free will. Like you just decided. There's always a reason when it comes to politics.
Right.
There's always a motivating factor. But anyway.
Anyways, let's go look at this one here now, and right here.
Okay, now moving to what we have here. And Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan attended plenary for the first time on Tuesday after the expiration of her 6-month suspension for misconduct. On September 23rd, the Sergeant-at-Arms Alabi Adedeji unsealed her office to pave the way for her return after the suspension. During the plenary, the senator was sitting on her designated seat in the minority aisle without any fuss.
Okay, without any fuss. I don't think any fuss gonna come through you right there in that house no more. But leaders of the African Democratic Congress, ADC, met on Tuesday. Speaking during the meeting, David Mark, chairman of the party, accused the political class of often putting in place a government that only serves them, promising the coalition must change this outdated pattern. Now, we must model a new attitude to leadership across every sphere, public, private, and civic, is what he says.
Alright, gunmen suspected to be kidnappers have raided Zibi, a community neighboring Dede town in the Federal Capital Territory, but located in Tafa local government area of Niger State. It was learned that the attackers abducted a businessman, Muhammad Shaibo, along with his two daughters, a 200-level university student and her younger sister. How far can we go with all of this?
It didn't
Very
happen.
Unfortunate.
It didn't happen in Abuja, because you're going to hear a press release now coming from the PPRO, Josephine Ade. She will come again and say, you know what? No, this is not Abuja. It's Niger State.
It doesn't matter what part of Nigeria. It shouldn't even be happening in the first place. No country is perfect. No nation is perfect. But this is very recurring. We just had the incident where the Veterinary Medical Association, the FCT chapter, announced that they lost a former chairman who was abducted alongside his children, and his body was found. And according to reports, his kids are yet to be released. And it's just a whole lot, and so many on the reported cases of insecurity that we have in Nigeria. Away from that, the Senate disclosed Tuesday that the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPC Limited, responded to the 19 queries raised against it in the audit reports of 2017.
Scheme have vowed to resume their protest on October 14 at the National Assembly, despite recent interventions by the Inspector General of Police, IGP, and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, the retirement of a dedicated
right, at this any request out of the audit by the commandant
has condemned the killing of Lieutenant Samuel Haruna, the regiment at the Wellington Bassi Barracks. We did that today together.
This is barbaric, and this is very intentional. For you to feel someone before you burn them alive, that means you are very intentional about it.
You know what
so nothing in your anger reminded you that you are doing something that is wrong. That is very intentional and calculated, and I dare say that this woman should be treated like Liz. She was very intentional in this act, and I think that the law should take its course. I know that the law will definitely take its course. It's very unfortunate.
Right, we're looking up to the law now. Please take its course, but you know, the sad thing about stories like this is the person is gone.
It's no more.
That's it. All right, but the law will work after the person is gone. But let's go see this one here now. The front page of Nigerian newspapers. Buckle up now. Stay with us now. All right. Remember, you can connect across social media platforms at Eagles FM Abuja. That is your key, right, to unlock all of the social media platforms where you find us. And of course, the number is also available in the course of it. Please, 1 minute 30 seconds or 1 minute 35 seconds, whether it's voice call, 30 seconds or 1 minute 35 seconds, whether it's voice call or is a voice note. And don't worry, your voice notes will not be very rushed anymore. All right, so we can get to hear each other as we deliver our submission. Well, we'll see the Punch newspaper, and let's start off with the Punch.
All right, what seems to be the biggest story: countdown to 2027, Tinubu to pick new INEC chair this week. That is on page 2 as Yakubu steps aside. President consults Council of States. Selection process under spotlight. Of course, under the spotlight, should the president select an INEC chair, especially a president that is also going to be in the same race at least? Well, there have been calls that there should be a different selection process for the INEC chairman to ever emerge. Is this going to work? Because this week, Mr. President might be selecting another chairperson of the INEC. All right, let's keep our fingers crossed. Now, moving away from that, on page 29, Science Minister Naji resigns over alleged certificate forgery. Science Minister Naji resigns over alleged certificate forgery. On page 2, displaced Borno residents recount Boko Haram invasion. Very recurrent story. World Bank dismisses Nigeria's single-digit inflation target. Page 29 has got that one. Why is the World Bank dismissing Nigeria's move? Go find out on page 29. Now, coming back to page 28, how Abbas intervention stalled minority leaders' impeachment. How Abbas intervention stalled minority leaders' impeachment. Page 28, political update. Now, page 22, police pensioners rally for protest after talks collapse. Is this going to see the light of the day? Okay. Cultists kill 4 in Lagos, Ogun communities. Pages 4 and 5 got that story for you. Now, page 22, Tinubu axes 2 National Assembly bills over policy clash. I do not like the way that headline is being placed. What is axe doing there? But it's basically saying that the president has rejected 2 National Assembly bills over policy clash. So go find out about these policies on page 22 of the Punch newspaper.
All right, we move away from the Punch newspaper right now, and we see the Daily Trust newspaper. Let's start off with the little, and then we get to the big, right? Tinubu seeks fresh $2.3 billion US loan. All right, you find that one on page 5 of the Daily Trust newspaper. And still with the Daily Trust newspaper, 2027 is the kicker. ADC sets criteria for candidates. Page 17, you'd find that one. To page 12 now, Senate proposes 10-year passport ban on Nigerians convicted abroad. All right, so if you've been convicted abroad for one reason or the other, okay, 10 years, you are not living, you're not even coming here. Passport ban, I mean, your passport is redundant, is zilch, is, that's it. Now, the big story on the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper, Amil Puta may emerge. INEC chair, Amil Puta, may emerge. That's sounding to me like from the southwest, Amuputan, but Amuputan may emerge INEC chair. All right?
You're right. Professor Ojo Amuputan.
Oh, you see what I said? I mean, this is part of the discourse that we had some time ago when we were looking into matters of should the president indeed appoint another INEC chair and from what region. And we had some person say, we don't care what region the person is going to come from, but as long as the person indeed knows his job and is not appointed by Mr. President. But anyways, let's see how the story progresses. Pages 3 and 4, you'd find the story. And we go to this one now. Minister resigns over alleged certificate forgery. Page 6 cracks me open every time, but I'm not going to laugh this time. Anyways, honorable thing to do, just as you said, Cassie. I mean, let's not even further embarrass the system. Yeah. You know what? Let me just resign, continue with your investigation. If you find that my hands are clean, I get reinstated, and that's it. It's a win-win. All right, but let's go to this one on page 33. 2,000 Nigerian refugees to return from Niger. Okay, 2,000 Nigerian refugees to return from Niger. Federal government is saying that on page 33. And to page 10 now, woman sets husband ablaze. I was going to say the other way. Sets ablaze husband. Well, it's the same thing. Woman sets husband ablaze. You know what, as I say it, I imagine the gory. No, I don't want to imagine. But let's go to this one here, page 29 at the very base of the Daily Trust newspaper now. How discos lost 358 billion naira in 3 months. All right, that is what the Daily Trust newspaper is saying this morning.
All right, now taking away quickly from the Daily Trust and moving straight to the Nation newspaper this morning. Federal government to refinance expensive debt portfolio, says Edun. Federal government to refinance expensive debt portfolio, says Edun. Business News. What does that mean? Continued on page 2. Go find out. Beer industry seeks drop of tax stamp plan. That is also a business report on page 2 of the Nation newspaper. Certificate scandal. Naji resigns ministerial position. Certificate scandal. Naji resigns ministerial position. Decision due to sustained blackmail, persecution. That is according to the minister. Well, he's taking that decision. According to him, it's because there's been a consistent persecution of himself and a consistent blackmail targeted at him. While the president has accepted his resignation. Right. Now, moving away from that, let's see. FCCPC withdraws criminal charge against MultiChoice chairman MD. Page 6. More like business news going on in the Nation this morning. Scheduled flights begin at Ogun Gateway Airport. NCAA certifies Ekiti Airport. Scheduled flights begin at Ogun Gateway Airport. NCAA certifies Ekiti Airport. News page 6 has got that one. Now Oyedele is the kicker. 98% of workers to be exempted from pay. Go find out what pay is. I think that is a pay as you earn, something like that. Yeah. News page 3 has got that one. What is Oyedele saying? Go find out from the Nation newspaper. And I think finally from the Nation newspaper, well, not finally, we have 2 more to go. Supreme Court rather reserves judgment in Osun Council Fund suit. Supreme Court reserves judgment in Osun Council Fund suit. Page 30. Agbamuche Mbo is acting chair as Yakubu bows out of INEC. Page 3 has got that one. Now, finally, before we go, federal lawmakers promise better deal for Nigerians as plenary resumes. Federal lawmakers promise better deal for Nigerians. Okay, let's keep our fingers crossed. Go find out on page 6 of the Nation. Now, moving away from page 6 and wrapping it up with page 3, Natasha resumes a plenary. Okay, Senator Natasha resumes at plenary. Page 3 has got that report right here.
Okay, great. We now go to the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, and the Nigerian Tribune newspaper this morning has got the big story: certificate scandal being the kicker. Uche Naji resigns as minister. Page 3, and it makes you really wonder if the process of screening was not really screened other to look into these matters and to bring about this forceful resignation, if you like, because that's how I see it though. But page 3 is older than that, and this one here says ACF wants federal government to protect Dangote refinery in nation's interest. Page 27, you'd find that one for the health. You find this one on page 10. CDC ends universal recommendation for COVID-19 vaccine. And the base of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, Sanu Nasu to protest October 9 over federal government's failure to meet demands. Am I not just tired of talking about issues like this? Since when? 2000 and what? Even during the time of Jonathan? I mean, there's been this front and back bickering here and there up until now. MOUs, MOAs, and even the federal government recently saying all of those were not agreements. No, we never reach a conclusion. Now let's come on the sitting board or the table and talk about these issues and reach a conclusive conclusion. But it seems as though that conclusion is not in plain sight. But we see this one here. Tinubu writes, Senate withholds assent to 2 bills. It's got one writer to it. Says federal government must prevent abuse of funds. Page 10, you'd find the story. And the Osun local government funds is the kicker now, written in red for some reason. Supreme Court reserve judgment and state suit against AGF. Just above the Nigerian Tribune newspaper banner now, INEC is the kicker. Yakubu proceeds on terminal leave. Okay. Yakubu proceeds on terminal leave and has got 2 riders, hands over to Agbamuche, and second rider Tinubu honors him with national award. Oh, can you beat that? Page 26 you'd find. New tax regime is written in red is a kicker now. Federal government targets relief for 98% of workers. And that is all with the Nigerian Tribune newspaper.
Alrighty, and now let's move quickly to the Guardian newspaper before we get you involved in the conversation this morning. Now, what seems to be the biggest story? I see pictures of state governors. I see the governor of Plateau State. I see the governor of Benue, Kogi, and also Kwara, alongside his Niger State counterpart, and of course the Nasarawa State governor as well. Anxiety lingers over insecurity, faith of displaced persons. That is a big story from the North Central. Anxiety lingers over insecurity, fate of displaced persons. The last time we checked, Benue IDPs were saying, look, we're going to take over Abuja if you do not make provision for us to go back to our homes. And I was just saying that maybe since the First Lady was saying that, look, Aso Rock is so lonely for me, why not accommodate these people? Because she was saying that Aso Rock is quite lonely and all of that. But that was just on a lighter note. But on a more serious note, anxiety seems to be looming over insecurity and the fate of displaced persons in the North Central region. And now moving away from that, Abbas, Abia lawmaker, clash over page 4. If you want to see that, go to our YouTube page. The video is pasted there. Go watch it and see how the movement was quite tense as the lawmaker in Abia mentioned Nnamdi Kanu's health condition. News page 4 has got that one. Now, moving away from that, Natasha returns to Senate after 6-month suspension. Page 28 of The Guardian has that story.
Yeah.
Power generation offtake drop by 5% as discos lose 158 billion naira. Page 15 has got that one. 2027, Tinubu sheds political baggage as embattled minister Naji resigns. Political baggage.
Saw that part.
Wow,
Oh,
is that
good
really
Lord.
a baggage? And even if he did not resign, is that going to affect anything? Well, okay. Let's keep our fingers crossed because time will indeed tell.
Yeah.
Well, moving away from that, let's see this one. Senate seeks 10-year passport ban for Nigerians convicted abroad. Senate seeks 10-year passport ban for Nigerians convicted abroad. Page 3. Is this also going to include to the politicians? Well, let's keep our fingers crossed. New tax law exempts over 90% of Nigerians from pay as you earn, says Oyedele, tax master, saying that the new tax law exempts over 90% of Nigerians from pay as you earn. News page 3 has got that one. Now, finally, alert genocide. Congressman urges Trump to designate Nigeria country of particular concern. CPC alleged genocide. Congressman urges Trump to designate Nigeria country of particular concern. Details on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. Well, right now, permit us to go pay our bills quickly. When we come back, it will be time for you to join the conversation to react to some of the top stories that we have brought to you this morning right here on the pages. Keep listening to Eagles FM Abuja.
No AC, no problem. We're cooling you down with the freshest hits.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja. Eagles 102.3 Abuja. Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
What is it that they told you?
Oga Shike, wetin happen?
Now this my Abuja Home Limited, oh, the Ogbonge real estate company, they live with the support small man.
My Abuja Home Limited?
Yes, so then they sell their out of old title estate land for Karishi for cheap amount.
Karishi bawo? This our Karishi. Where for Karishi sef?
Just opposite the Navy million naira. While their 200 meter plot now just 3 million naira only.
Hey, Oga Shike, this na the best deal bros for land wey get correct title document o.
My brother, as I read my Abuja home office like this, I buy 4 plots at one time. The one wey bust my head finish na say you fit dey pay small and then show me the out of old title certificate from Najis. My brother, but hurry o, na only 37 plots dey the estate o.
Mo rire Oga Shike, abeg give me their number.
Yes, you got their number for 0808 8837 426. The number again 0808 8837 426. Abi if you got this other number 0808 27 23 824. The number again 0808 27 23 824. Or you fit visit their website for www.myabujahome.com.
Hello? I want to buy land o. Buy or talking?
Bayos, I don't show you will. My Abuja home, live the life.
Abuja, get ready for the move of God as Christ Embassy Abuja Zone 1 invites you to a night of the spiritual tag Pneumaticus Night with Pastor Enoch Wama. Date is Friday, 7th November 2025 at Moshood Abiola National Stadium, Abuja. Time 8 p.m. Don't miss this night of the Spirit, prayer, worship, miracles, impartation of grace, and demonstration of the power of God.
There will be buses in all major bus stops and locations.
For more enquiries, call the number 0704 450 9567 or 0808 825 5790. Get ready. One word from God will change your life forever. Powered by Christ Embassy Abuja Zone 1.
Any motor where you they drive, you need confirm protection, no. For your engine, no. Make a mobile. Make it mobile, oh. Make it mobile, yeah. Anywhere you there, your motor deserve to be number one, yo. Make it mobile, oh. Make it mobile, yeah. You carry the go. Make everybody join me, say. Make it mobile.
Make you go with the best.
Make it mobile.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us right there. Yes, this is the page, is the front page analytics, if you like. Well, you like to call it the newspaper review segment of the breakfast show. And my name is Udwak Daniel, and I got the delectable
Cassandra.
Oh, lovely. Now we want to hear from you loudly and clearly. Want to know which of these headlines pops at you, jumps at you, tickles your fancy, begs for your reaction, but put it within the ambit of civility and responsibility. Number would be 0907 353 0044. The other number is 0908 766 8888. Let's go take a call now.
All right, let's pick this one.
Hello.
Hello, good morning to you.
Morning, this Moses.
Moses.
Yeah. I advise most of our young men that are not married now. They should not carry it away by the outer beauty. Inner beauty is the most expensive beauty that carries value or potential that can keep marriage. Because most of these, they shouldn't be carried away. A beautiful woman without good character, that woman cannot build a home. Look at what happened. In April, I think to the news, I'm just listening. In April, they got married. In April, a promisable young man that the father, the family invested so much to become a medical doctor. And to my surprise, the lady in question, the lady also is a nurse. How are you going to nurse people in the hospital with this kind of character? So my advice to young men coming up, they should not be carried away by beauty, the outer beauty. And then Tinubu is looking for another loan.
Yeah.
So please, the oil subsidy. What is the outcome of oil subsidy? They told Nigerians that with this oil subsidy, external loan will be reduced or will be avoided. I don't know how these politicians sometimes they influence Nigeria by their words. I'm confused, UD. After this oil subsidy, we know how much money that was pumped in during oil subsidy, and they say oil subsidy is a scam. And you completely remove oil subsidy, and you are still talking about loan. Look at the loan that this government has received in their own tenure, sir, compared to other administration. Every month we hear loan, and we have resources in this country that God has blessed us with. I read a documentary yesterday that Libya, when Gaddafi was there, they didn't care about external loan. The resources they have is enough to satisfy that. Even citizens that are not working, they place them on salary. Must this our own resources, is it a cost? Then finally, another challenge again in the oil sector, challenging Dangote. You see the cabals. You see when Dangote come up, he say cabals will not want him to invest on oil. You see what is going on, UD. So simply mean there are sets of people in this country that will not want Nigerians, the ordinary Nigerians, to enjoy the wealth that God has given us. You arrest my case. Who do us? God will help us.
Appreciate that one from you, Moses. Who do us? God will help us. All right, we're still taking your calls now. 0907 353 0044. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, my brother.
Good morning to you, GB.
My name remains GB from Life Camp.
Awesome. Welcome aboard, GB. Talk to us.
I want to congratulate Professor Mahmoud for a successful tenure or a successful engagement as leadership of the INEC. I know that the obedient will forever hate him because their lead did not give them what they voted for. But they are the only one that voted. And voting is a game of number. Other people voted and the candidate got a higher number than the obedient. Mahmoud took it from where Professor Degas left it with a card reader. He brought rivers that make some printing not popular again and not effective. And also, he brought IREF. And IREF is an electronic platform where they place results. We, the obedient, are thinking that IREF is a collation center. It's not a collation center. It's just a place result. He has copy of the result. It's taken collation center and it's collated. So saying that IREF did not display the result of presidential within some hours of voting has not changed the result. Let them go and check it. If I send a mail to you there and you are not online, the day you open the mail, cannot change the content of the mail because it's real time. So they should go and learn and know that I do again. And the issue of Dangote cannot be pampered. Dangote should subject to the law of the land and he should sabotage their business. We have the Total, ExxonMobil, Chevron, a lot of them. Seplat is an indigenous oil rigging, oil exploration company. The Pegasus staffing. So it does not be any previous treatment to Dangote. By the time Bua came up, another party came up, all these metals passing will go down. I appreciate his investment, but it should not because of that take Nigeria for a ride. Sacking 800 people without any query, without any warning, because the joint association is not acceptable to us. They have the human right now, and today I'm supporting Penga that those people are restored back. Injury to one is injury to law, injury to all.
Right.
And for my lady there, the lady that returned to National Assembly, that behaves herself very well and be unruly and not be unruly in National Assembly.
Yeah.
Let her continue to maintain a cool there.
Okay. Appreciate that one from you, GB. GB right there putting his thoughts together. Very well collected. But let's get on to the front page of our Facebook page wall now. Remember, at Eagles FM Abuja. Got a couple of messages. Let's go take them already.
All right, now this one says, Dr. Mrs. Uma Olebara from Owerri. Good morning.
Good morning.
How have these borrowings impacted on the lives of the masses? This government has succeeded in mortgaging the future of our children through excessive borrowings with absolutely nothing to show for it. Our leaders should realize that the life of the common man is fast becoming bestial, while their confidence in the ruling class is also fast eroding. Let our rulers come to grips with the hard fact that any leadership that does not stand on a sound moral foundation collapses sooner than later. The root of our problem lies with those who are manipulating the system to suit their personal needs at the expense of national interest. Now we have another one. This one says, Mr. UD, aka our radio bulldozer, and Cassandra, the radio golden voice. Good morning to you all. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Watching you live from National Assembly quarters.
Awesome.
I want to use this opportunity to say kudos to Alhaji Mahmoud Yakubu for a job well done when he was in the office, and I wish him all the best. Please, my regards to Selassie, the incoming senator. Okay, and all our callers are Suleiman Damfulani. Thank you so much.
Appreciate Suleiman for that one. Let's just quickly get onto the WhatsApp portal and see what exactly is going on via the WhatsApp portal. If you're just tuning in for the first time, this is Eagles Morning Risers Breakfast Show on Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. Oh, quite a number of messages now. All right, we'll start with this voice note right here. The very first voice note, and let's hear what our dear family member is saying at this point in time.
Yeah, Eagle FM. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, Udwak.
Yes, please.
Good morning, Cassie.
Good morning.
My name is Mr. Onyemego, calling from Suleja, Niger State. Yes, INEC Chairman Yakubu Mahmoud step down or resign. Well, it's not a new thing to Nigerians that such a thing happen. Yes, now he will come out with the masses and begin to see what he has done, whether it is good or bad. Nigerians are waiting for him to write his own book, because that is what they are good at. When you cause blunders in Nigeria, after those things, you'll come out and begin to write books on how to conduct a credible election and all those stuff. It's not a new thing to us again. We are used to it. Wife set a husband that blessed, army officer are blessed because of infidelity. What is our society turning into in this nation? Nothing of which spirit enters both men and women in this country. The other time in Anambra State, it was a man that set the wife ablaze. Now the wife setting. In fact, it's like marriage is falling apart in Nigeria. Let God help us.
All right. He says it's like marriage is falling apart in Nigeria. Please, it shouldn't fall apart. Okay, please.
Ojak and Co, good morning. This is Anthony Witness from Suleja speaking.
Awesome.
Straight to the matter.
Yes.
I know you, Ojak and Co, that you have been very, very loyal to the institution that employed you people.
Right.
I know how hard you work to defend their policies and the rest of them, and that is right, and that is normal. Nobody works against his boss. Nobody works against his employer. federal presidency to appoint new INEC chairman. That is the beginning of the problem of Nigerians. No INEC chairman in his right sense will work against his employer. It can never work. Me, as you see me, if you appoint me INEC chairman, I will not mess up with the person that appointed me. I will not do that.
Right.
So that is where the problem starts. INEC is declared independent electoral commission, but how independent is it? The presidency is not supposed to appoint INEC chairman. It's not supposed at all. And if we're able to appoint INEC chairman outside the presidency, that will be the number one step to having a successful.
Morning to you.
And our dear sister in the studio.
Yes.
May our day be blessed. My name is
that.
Triple D, sending this voice message from Waru. Well, Mr. UD, minister resign. The earlier the better. Should not look for somebody to be blamed. It's just that the way the country is, that is why sometimes when sensitive allegation has been raised like this, they'll be looking for somebody to blame. But as he resigned, what next? And what punishment will be meted to him now if he's found guilty? Well, Mahmoud ends his tenure. On what legacy the new person coming to build on? On what electoral system do we have that can give Nigerian joy? Well, on the issue of our senators, UD, we don't have a sustainable good light, good road, good water, good employment, insecurity everywhere, internal displaced person everywhere. We are talking about certificate saga. Natasha is returning to court, local government allocation. Hey, we'll get it right. Let me smile small. God bless great country called Nigeria and Eagles FM family. Salasi, greetings.
Triple, I appreciate you. The part that got me is let me smile small. Indeed, man, my brother, smile a little bit more. Okay, let's go hear from this one, though.
Excellent morning to UD, Kasi, Olakola-san, listeners on this platform. My name is Eric from Kuje. I've actually stayed away from this platform for a while while listening to all the events on a daily basis.
Appreciate that.
The issues in Nigeria is becoming overwhelming on a daily basis that one need to maintain his calm, his cool, so you don't lose your mind. The most frequently used words there yes, if more, is this of the word banditry and kidnapping. It's like that has come to stay. There's no time you read your new headline without hearing all of this. Secondly, the minister who resigned, I asked myself, of what excellence and benefit is the screening conducted by both the Senate and the DSL before confirming them? I can tell you this minister may not only be the culprit in the house. Thirdly, I've concluded in my mind that the issues in Nigeria, our staying together as a nation, is like a woman who can receive marriage or relationship, whose the only option is she keeps believing that the abusive husband will turn a new leaf someday while she's in that abusive relationship. Secondly, that either the marriage will break up and everybody will go their peaceful way, or thirdly, she dies in that situation. I tell you, that is the situation we have found ourselves in this country. Of course, I don't need to interpret the three situations I've just analyzed because our leaders are so abusive. It is well with us. Have a blessed day. Thank you.
Eric. Okay. I get that. Appreciate. Thank you. Let's go to Selassie.
Good morning, Ubong Udwak Daniel, the man with the golden voice.
Good morning,
Kasi. My name is Salasi. I'm sending this voice right now from Apo.
Welcome aboard.
They call it Butu Junction. I want to start by talking about the president want to borrow money and about how many $1 billion again. See, the question is that what are the collateral of this loan? I remember the former Tanzanian president John Magufuli, when China wanted to offer him $10 billion loan, he asked them what will be the collateral. They said no, what they only need is the international airport of Dar es Salaam for 99 years. Do you know what John Magufuli said? He said to hell with the $10 billion. He said as from now onward they will never travel for medical trip outside. They will remain in Tanzania and treat themselves. He cut the cost of minister traveling abroad and they remain in Tanzania, and Tanzania was great. Now we are talking about the insecurity. Look at what happened in Buari. This GB is between Abuja and Niger State. And some people, when we talk about the insecurity, they will call on this radio station. They say, we are over exaggerating. You don't just make mention of the medical doctor that was killed in Abuja. Look at what happened. Look at that journalist that has been attacked. And some people, when we talk about insecurity, they behave as if we are politicizing it. Whoever that say we are politicizing, may that happen to his family to know whether we are politicizing it.
Come on, no, Jeb. Come on, Selassie. Selassie, come on. Anyways, let's not use this as a platform to rain insult and abuses and curse. So it is not necessary. All right, we'll just add on to Honorable Edwards now.
Cassandra, good morning. My name is Honorable Edward from Napo. The lady that said the husband, honestly speaking, she was well prepared, just the way Cassandra said. She was well prepared, and this woman should be prepared to go to prison too, because I think it's hard time for us to have special code for this type of cases and that of corruptions. Because once you do something like this, they should fast track this case and send her to prison so that others will take a cue from that. The minister has resigned, good and fine. It's a welcome development. But if I may ask a question, what happened to DSS screening? Does it mean they just screen the ordinary paper, they don't do some findings? What happened to it? We have issues here. And then Mr. President sending another letter to National Assembly to borrow. Atango, our speaker in state, presiding as a speaker. He complained about this. Let us see how he will also preside over this. If he cannot say anything about this, he should do the needful, like what the minister did. He should do the needful because he complained, and another borrowing is coming now. If I may ask, what is happening to our budget? Our budget, the past budgets are still there, no implementation, nothing. So what's happening? Why is it? Are they going to go to implement these budgets? And we are in October, up till now, we are not hearing anything about our next year budget. And there's so many activities in next year. So what is happening to that? Anyway, let's see what will happen. Thank you and God bless.
Right, thank you so much, though. We'll go to my dear sister now, BB Blessing.
Hey, my name's Steve. Good morning. My name is Bibi Bless from Otako. I greet you. Bolo. They go call us bolo. Nigeria, when they continue to borrow money, we don't know what they go use the money to do for us. They want to borrow money to legal election for us. Now we will see so. And I want to tell you, the money where the other one borrow away die now. Who go pay? Now their children go pay. No problem. Let them continue. God go judge them. Good.
All right. Okay, now let's get to the messages as quickly as we can now. This one coming here from my dear brother and friend, Comrade Ulobasi, all the way from Buhari in Abuja. Says, good morning to you both, Abongudwak Daniel and Lady Cassandra. God bless your day. Bless your day too. Says, yes, the Minister of Science and Technology has resigned, but he must be prosecuted and jailed according to the law of the land. That is, if is found wanting, okay, Honorable Comrade Ulobasi, I mean. All right, but he goes on to saying there should be no proverbial sacred cow in this vexatious case. Okay, in addition, the so-called national award given to ex-INEC chairman Mahmoud Yakubu is nothing but a miscarriage of justice. His erstwhile predecessor in office, late Humphrey Nwosu, wasn't so honored despite performing marvelously well in 1993 elections. Mahmoud has taken Nigeria backward for more than a century and should never be rewarded for failure and crime against humanity. If this is allowed to stand, that will further reduce the value of our already battered image of the national honors. May God Almighty save us and continued from ourselves, I believe. Right. Okay, thank you for that, Comrade Ulobasi.
All right, Chima from Airport Road says, UD and Cassandra, good morning. Well done work.
Good morning.
You. Can you see INEC Chairman Mahmoud is now former? All that he did while in office will welcome him now, whether good or bad. Mr. President rewarding him with national honor. That's a job well done, but that's not the end. Okay, moving away from that quickly. Now, this one, good morning, Udwak. Anyway, supporting Pengasene is an enemy of the state. Dangote owns his company and as such has the right to sack whoever that is snitching. Federal government is not giving Dangote free crude. He pays for it, so we should respect him because he owes nobody anything. Thank you, JJ from Piakasa. Hello, Cassie. Missed you here. Okay.
Appreciate.
Well, thank you so much.
He owes nobody anything. I would rather fear such a person more, who owes nobody anything. But I'm just saying, though.
All right, now this one says, good morning. Sayudi, concerning ASU warning strike, while lecturers in federal government institutions are going on strike, the same lecturers are still going to private institutions to lecture. Do we now see why Nigerian government needs to protect Dangote refinery? Because what you are seeing in ASU is what Nupeng and Pengasene is trying to do. They don't want to relinquish their dominance. If Dangote is not protected, this set of people who call themselves unions will continue to hold Nigerian oil sector to ransom. We don't want what is happening in the educational sector to happen in the liberated energy sector. Please educate some of our callers about this erroneous afterthought about the INEC chairman. Where did they pick up this wrong notion that he rigged election? Please let us be objective with our comments. Thanks about reporting from duty. Now, moving on quickly, we have this one from Samuel. Samuel in Kuje says, good morning to you, my brother Obong Udwak Daniel.
Good morning.
And my sister Cassandra. Good morning. Congratulations and happy survival.
That's right.
To see another day alive. To God be the glory, of
Indeed.
course. Please, so I want to know if Nigerian government is waiting to see Mazin Nnamdi Kanu's death in detention, while the real terrorists are busy killing people at will and moving freely with their weapons. It is a big shame to a country that claims to be one. Please, marriage is not do or die. If you cannot live with the man or woman, go your separate ways instead of killing your partner. Thanks, UD and Kasi. Have a fulfilled and peaceful day in Jesus' name. Amen.
All right, amen to that one, though.
All
okay.
Right.
We see Turkenby Hundu now, my dear friend and brother, all the way from Nasarawa State. Thank you, Turkenby. Good morning, Daniel. Good morning to you. It says the enemies of the Honorable Minister has succeeded. I, however, commended his decision to resign. So many governors and even former President Buhari accused of not having certificate. Well, they didn't resign at the point of accusation. Well, I blame those who did a background check on the resigning minister. It means all the so-called background check is a sham. Daniel, marriages are falling apart all around the world. Boro government. The Arise TV anchor asking Minister of Works how he spent borrowed money and how much paid per kilometer of coastal federal highway. He refused to answer. Yeah, right there in front of us. He did refuse to answer. Well, Turkenby. Well, that's the thing. I think this is where we have transitioned to. It's time to begin to call out these persons and say, please, how did you spend it? Maybe. You never know. The next might just be the president himself. All right, but let's go see this message here, this voice call. Hello.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
My angelic voice and also my queen there, Cassandra.
Oh, good morning.
Dr. Prince Ike.
Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning.
Yes.
Where are you
Dr.
calling
Prince
from?
Ike on the line, calling from Karimo.
Doctor, if you can.
It's a welcome
1 minute.
development anyway. And in fact, it's very, very unfortunate that we Nigerians have seen it all. All the political quagmire and also remarrorism that are known as a broad nation. You know, Nigeria is trying to go and borrow another money. Kai! Oh my God. But don't listen to my great nation. Great people, wonderful people, Giant of Africa, the most populous black nation in the world. The most, Kudoyi, producer in the whole world, and now become a borrowing nation. It's not bad for somebody to borrow or a nation to borrow, but can they give actual responsibility and accountability of the money that they have borrowed? Those money that have been borrowed, assuming that they used it to what? To industrialize a state out of geopolitical zones in this nation. I think by the issue of unemployment saga, unemployment, lacuna is going to be settled. It's going to be water. It's going to be settled.
Okay.
I'm going to have a lot of employees being employed. All over the country.
Doctor, time will not allow us now. We already passed the time.
I bow.
Appreciate it, Doctor.
God bless you, sir.
Appreciate Doctor. All right, that's where we would be calling it a close. But also Francis Namani Omaga Namani in Amagunze in Enugu State is saying that on constitutional review, he's urging Mr. President to revisit the 2014 confab and get the reports implemented to address some of the challenges facing the country. And he also goes on to saying that, look, for the sake of democracy and rule of law, let Mr. President release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That's what he says. He says, which way Nigeria, may God help us. All right, also, on that note, we will be calling it a close. We also want to put it out that, look, your thoughts and your submissions has not being influenced in one way or the other, in any way possible by Eagles